Welcome to 2K Sports. We have the NBA coming up. Great to have you with us. This is Kevin Harlan. I'll be joined by Greg Anthony, Tim Legler, and we'll be hearing from our reporter, Allie LaForge, in the sidelines as well. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. We'll take a look at the Warriors. Right now they're in 7th in the conference, looking to build on their record.
And I think for the Warriors, they've had an interesting season for sure. They're competitive, they're feisty, but they're not a team that's going to dominate for long stretches.
Well, inconsistency is the word. Sometimes they'll lose a game they probably should have won, and they show you how hard it is to sustain success in this league.
And now the Golden State Warriors starters. Butler is the 4, and Green operates as the small ball center. Then there's Moses Moody. Then it's Curry and Richard. And for Orlando, running out on the wings, they'll have Bane and Wagner. Then it's Wendell Carter. Then there's Jalen Suggs. And it's De Silva in at the 4-man position. GA, I've heard coaches talk about slicing the NBA schedule into 10-game increments. Is that something that you recall when you played?
Well, keeping focused on portions of a long season can keep players focused, especially during road trips. Big goals are reached through small steps.
And the foul on Wendell Carter. That's his first foul.
And he quickly picks up his first foul. That's something to be aware of.
Here's Butler. Puts one up from 19. Good work defensively by Carter. Here's Wagner. Pass to De Silva. Left side Suggs. And he jams it after taking the nice beat on the run.
Well, he led his teammate and hit him in stride. You really can't do it any better than that.
And here's Curry, who brings it up for Golden State. Golden State moving the ball around. Here's Moody. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Yeah, that's a good way to start the game. Nice inside bucket right there.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Suggs looking around. There's Wagner with the 3. Warriors with the rebound. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Orlando.
And both of these sides were fighting tooth and nail for a playoff spot and split their season series at 1 apiece.
Now here's Butler, coming off a stellar performance against New Orleans. Clock at 4, over Carter. That doesn't go either for Butler. And this Magic team, Greg, hangs its hat on size, on switchability, and toughness.
Yeah, they contest everything and play with real discipline. For a young group, that is uncommon, and it's a big reason they've taken the lead. Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForge, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Jamal Mosley gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. On the topic of Curry, Coach said, it's like playing a game of tag. He continued, we had our wings chase our guards around in practice, and everyone is on notice. We all know how good he can be. The important thing is to not take any plays off. We'll stay sharp, or he'll remind us, that's for sure. Back over to you, Kevin.
Thank you once again, Allie. And here is Bane after the 3-pointer from Stephen Curry. To the inside. And then Carter with the dunk.
Playing with some force on the interior. You gotta love Carter Jr. playing with that level of physicality.
Last outing for Golden State, they won that game against the Pelicans in New Orleans. Richard, guarded by Bane. Butler. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
That is a quality look. You can't do it much better than that.
And the Warriors making a change here. Kuminga's checked in.
And Butler is a leader by example. He's a hard worker who plays his heart out, and he can set the tone for his team, and then he expects them to match that effort.
Now, here's Suggs. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Now, here's Butler. Jalen Suggs unable to get his last shot to go. Curry, that's good.
It doesn't matter if it's off the bounce or off the catch. Curry never loses rhythm on his jump shot.
So for the Magic, their last game, a loss to Houston.
And if you had to point to one problem in that game, it was their rebounding. Flat out terrible.
Yeah, you know, it simply comes down to effort. They were out-willed, and that just can't happen.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Back to Butler. Outside for Curry. The 10-footer. And the Warriors tack on 2 more.
Just shows you how impressive Curry's shooting ability is, that he can adjust for any distance.
I've always admired the impact that Steph Curry, Tim, has made on this game, and not only at this level, but at every level. With that in mind, do shooters train differently in part because of him?
Yeah, I believe they do, Kevin, but you've got to beware. This is a guy that's often imitated, rarely replicated. He is so special, but I think guys need to add escape dribbles, the sidestep dribble, and certainly deep shooting off the dribble. That's where Steph Curry has impacted the modern shooter.
That's good advice. And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Some changes for Golden State. Al Horford, he's checked in for Jimmy Butler. Buddy Hield comes in for Moody. And it's Brandon Pajemski in for Stephen Curry. A minute 50 left here in the first quarter. And the wide open shot from Green. Off target from three-point range. Orlando trailing here. Black with it. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against the Rockets in Houston. And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
For the Warriors, Al Horford at the line for one.
Mind the lane. Mind the lane. One shot.
Tim, some forget, prior to the success of Stephen Curry, the Warriors were not considered a top-tier franchise.
Well, before he arrived in 2009, this was one of the lowest all-time winning percentages, but they have built a dynasty, and they are now considered one of the most valuable franchises in all of sports.
Quinton Post is checked in for Green. Now, here's Kuminga. No scoring in this one.
And that's really where Kuminga likes to operate, 15 feet and in.
Jones drives in. Good.
A nice move to create a gap there in the defense and get to the bucket.
Warriors leading by 3. To the middle. Here's Post. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And that's exactly the type of pass we expect from a guy with his vision.
50 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Black, defended by Kuminga. Now Pajemski. He definitely had a good game in their win against the Pelicans.
And as you can see, that shot is well within his wheelhouse.
Here's Black. A 3-ball. Trains it from beyond the arc.
So far, both teams scorching the nets. You gotta love it.
Yeah, both ways. We're seeing a nice rhythm offensively. Now let's see which team can come up with some stops.
Suggs against Hield. Horford with a screen on Suggs. That misses, so no good on his first attempt of the night. It's been all about Stephen Curry for the Warriors. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We'll return shortly. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And taking a look at the Warriors' performance here, guys. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
Early offense in this league is key. You've got to score before the defense can set up in the half court.
We've got Tyus Jones. Isaac out there with Goga Batadze. Then there's Desmond Bain. And it's Black in at the 2 guard. This is out there for Orlando.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Now here's Kuminga. Pass to Podziemski. Can't nail the jumper.
Well, he usually brings rain from there, but not this time.
It's stolen by Hield. Butler in the corner. From deep, Jimmy Butler!
Well, if you give Butler room in the corner, he's not going to hesitate to pull the trigger.
Outside, Jones. And he drives in, and he banks in the layup. Jones has got his second bucket tonight.
I mean, he makes plays like that in his sleep. The game is just far too easy.
Golden State's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. And Tim, what you love about Tyus Jones, the efficiency at the offensive end.
Yeah, Kevin, he has great ball security, and he's highly accurate from deep, same from the free throw line. Point is, you can just trust him to run the show.
Yeah, Isaac, he just makes dunking look easy. It has an incredible reach and quickly gets up off the floor to throw that one down.
And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot. The Warriors at last season's trade deadline swinging the deal for Jimmy Butler. Stephen Curry said him signing an extension is big. He's committed for this run. It creates expectations, which I love. We all thrive off of that energy in that kind of environment. We are up for the challenge. Back to you.
They're clearly all in. Allie, we thank you very much. The Magic making a switch here. Wagner's checked in. Then for the Warriors, Green comes in for Al Horford. And Curry subbed in for Buddy Hield. Here's Podziemski. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Orlando, they've got a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Batadze. Orlando moving the ball around. Isaac a screen. Payne for 3. Buries the long-range jumper. Payne's got the lead up to 3 now for the Magic.
When you look at his numbers, Desmond Bain is historically good from 3-point.
Here's Butler. Look at the attack of Butler in the lane.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Here's Black. It's Wagner atop the key. Outside, Bain. 5 on the clock. Wagner kicks to Isaac. Bain for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Bain's got 6 in the quarter.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooting.
Here's Butler. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Magic.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the 3-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
And another thing they've done consistently well is attack the paint. They have stayed aggressive under the hoop and gotten high percentage looks.
Here's Batadze. Still yet to score. Isaac outside. Butler with the steal. Pass to Curry. Outside, Green. Back to Curry. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Now in his late 30s, Steph Curry, Tim, continues to be a dominant force.
Well, his conditioning is on a world-class level, Kevin. He's never been one to beat you with his explosiveness, so his plan is just to outlast his opponents.
The free throw drops for Curry. As we canvass the league and look at the landscape, some tremendous young talent on the wing, Tim. Who might be the best wing player 5 years down the road, say?
Well, I'm looking at Anthony Edwards right now because of the skill, the athletic ability, and then the competitive desire. I think he wants to be great. You'd also look at guys like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, certainly. And then you've got a guy like Cade Cunningham in Detroit, who hasn't even started to scratch the surface.
Well, you made a great list of guys right there, for sure.
And he's a crafty, kind of an old-school big. Carter Jr. knows how to keep defenders off balance.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
They are committed to running the floor in this one, relying on their speed to get a lot of points off the fast break.
And I like how they've played defense, turning turnovers into points. Those are huge.
That's good from Carter. The Magic making a switch here. Black's checked in. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe.
Now, they had a chance to take the lead, but at least he tied it up.
Black grabs the board.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Suggs passes to Black. Here's De Silva, defended by Kuminga. Wagner from long range. And he's good on the 3-ball. Wagner's got 5.
Something Wagner continues to work on. It's huge when he's connecting from outside.
Curry outside. Carter pulls it in.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Warriors trail by 5. Richard, Black defending. Curry against Suggs. Lets it go from deep. And again, it's the Warriors missing.
Yeah, another miss from downtown this quarter after being hot in the first.
Pass to De Silva. Back to Suggs. Good ball movement here by the Magic. Clock at 6. Here's De Silva. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. And so Green will bring it up for the Warriors. It's a 5-point game. When this game is done, they'll be off to Miami to take on the Heat. That team is a little road weary right now. That is the 6th consecutive game away from home.
And they've repeatedly broken inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Suggs against Curry. Looking to end the run. Curry gets it to go inside.
Well, the defense is going to try to shut down certain things, but it's impossible to deny everything. That's a skilled play right there.
He got it up. Buried from outside. But I don't know. I think we may see a review here. That was pretty close.
The previous play is under review.
Officials signaling they are going to review the tape.
And they're making sure on this one, even though it may not matter in the grand scheme, but the replay process is faster than ever. You know, why not?
After the review, the ruling on the floor is overturned.
And they're going to switch the call. There is no doubt, looking at the replay, that he got it off in time.
Well, it's good they decided to take another look at it. I know some folks don't like how replay slows the game down and interrupts the flow, but when you have it there, you got to use it.
That'll do it for the first half. Magic lead by 8. And let's hear from Allie LaForce, who joins us from the sidelines. Allie?
Here with Coach Steve Kerr, your defense struggling to contain them in the first half. How do you remedy it?
We got to get back in transition. We got to make them feel us. You know, they're just running anything they want. We've got to at least disrupt the stuff they're trying to do.
Thank you, Coach.
Terrific, Allie. Thank you. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
Welcome in for halftime. And what's on tap, you ask? I can answer that. So far, it's been a nice outing for the Orlando Magic.
Their bench came in ready to play. As a starter, that gives you confidence when you have to come off the floor.
Yeah, you know they know the second unit has their backs. Like I've got you guys.
Hard to find a better bodyguard than a 7-foot sheriff. All right, let's turn now to take a look at how the Eastern Conference is shaping up.
Taking a look here now at the Magic. Even if they're not the team we thought they'd be, they haven't completely come off the rails. Still plenty of time left. With all this talent, I can see them turning it around real fast. How fast? That fast.
And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan and the crew.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Magic leading by 8. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Butler is the 4, and Green operates as the small ball center. Then there's Stephen Curry. Then there's Moody and Richard. Here's De Silva. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. 4 on the clock. Payne for 3. And again, it's Orlando with the 3.
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
This defense is trying to stay connected to him, but he is on a mission.
We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Thank you, guys. Well, Desmond Bain, a deadly floor spacer, but he said, I have to be respected in a lot of different ways. Don't pigeonhole me into just being a catch-and-shoot guy or a movement shooter. I can score the ball in a variety of ways and do multiple things on the court. Guys, back to you.
A lot for sure in his bag. Hey, Allie, thank you very much for the report. And it's Wagner missing.
Well, the defense was daring him to take that shot, and it paid off.
Fires the 3. Good on that shot. And with that, the Magic lead is cut down to 6 and the bucket from Curry.
Honestly, guys, Curry is the best three-point shooter I've ever seen.
Well, Orlando shooting the lights out in this one, 77%. Wagner kicks to Bain. Now, here's Suggs. He has yet to score. Down low and stolen by Butler. Now the Warriors moving it up. Here's Moody. Lays it up and banks it in.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
And give him a lot of credit for his effort right there running the floor.
And so the timeout by Jamal Mosley here. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guy.
A moment here to see the stats for Butler. He's been on a remarkable tear this past month. And he's in the top 20 in steals, bringing that focus and intensity at both ends.
And back to his efficiency from 3, as you said, he's top 10 in the league. Defenses are now trying to deny him the basketball, but really to no avail. Now, here's Suggs. To the paint, here's Carter. And he can't stop the run as he misses.
Well, that is a nice challenge at the rim. Really altered that shot.
Richard and the Warriors, another three.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And so Wagner will bring it up for the Magic. There's a screen. Inside, here's De Silva. Bain looking around. Fires from deep. 6 for 6. He's left a miss from the field.
And how about the performance we're seeing from him? Not one miss on the day.
Pass to Moody. Back to Curry. Now Butler. Shot clock at 6. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game. Now 6 for 10.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. And here is Suggs. Scoreless thus far. It's rebounded by Curry. The Warriors trailing. For the lead, Curry nails the triple.
On the offensive end, Curry both prolific and efficient.
Orlando, they've gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Here's Suggs. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Magic lead by 1. Neither side has relented a bit in this back-and-forth affair.
And you can sense the energy in the building already as this game is starting to build towards having a terrific finish. And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Orlando's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Pass to De Silva. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. It's on Jimmy Butler.
We always talk about Wagner's versatility. That includes the playmaking.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Magic.
Guys, the D hasn't had an answer for the three-point shooting, which is why they continue to just fire away from deep.
And something else I've liked has been their ball movement. Always finding the open guy with a better look. That is team basketball.
So, Tim, and I can see it in my mind's eye, you won that three-point contest back in '96. What's the key to success in that event in particular?
Oh, yeah, what a great night. And I think, Kevin, there's a few things. First, I just think you've got to have a short, compact release, because then you're not going to rush at the end to make sure you get all 25 balls up. But I also think part of it, for me, I got to shoot first after the warm-up introductions because I was still loose. I didn't have to sit there for 20 or 30 minutes during commercial breaks. I think that helped me win the title that night.
A little strategy. And the Warriors with possession here after the Magic pick up 2. Outside Curry. The rebound by Batadze.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Pass to De Silva. Wagner on the wing. They set the pick. Three-pointer. Horford with the rebound. Warriors trail by 4. Takes a step back. Podziemski, and he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
Oh, nice feed. You can see how Curry makes their offense flow, even when he's not scoring.
.56 seconds left in the third. Suggs up top, guarded by Curry. And, yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
Boy, a very hard foul that time, and the officials had to slap him with the flagrant. I mean, you can't let him get away with that kind of contact.
Yeah, gee, that's an easy call for the officials to make when there's that much contact. The league is really cracking down on those sort of plays. He's off on the first. He hits the second from the line. Jonathan Isaac, he's checked in for the Magic. Jones comes in for Franz Wagner. Quinton Post is checked in for the Warriors. Hield comes in for Curry. Here's Jones. It's Black in the corner. Jones looking for an opening. To the middle. Here's Bitadze. Pass to Black. Shot clock at 5. Here's Isaac. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Isaac's got his second bucket of the night.
And at 6'11", Isaac's able to take a hit and still get the deuce.
23 seconds left to play in the third. Hield against Suggs. That's good, and the Orlando lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Hield.
And not relying at all on the three-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the fourth quarter. Orlando out in front, leading by 5. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Well, the vision, the placement of the pass, and then the timing. You just can't do it any better.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far with this fourth quarter. Sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Jonathan Isaac is out there with Goga Bitadze. Then there's Anthony Black. Then it's Tyus Jones. And it's Bain in at the 3 slot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic. Bitadze with it, guarded by Horford. Here's Bain. Second chance shot. Bitadze can't hit. And it's Butler with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Golden State Warriors. Hield from outside. Good, and Butler gets the assist. Butler's got 3 assists now in this one.
And this is the effort you want to see out of your guys, win or lose.
Yeah, regardless of the outcome, they should be proud of how hard they played.
About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Jones with the bounce pass. And Bitadze throws it down.
Very little resistance against that throwdown.
Nope, not what they want to see in a game this close, Greg.
When every possession matters, your defense has to be better.
Warriors trail by 4. Podziemski with it. Lays it up off the glass.
Yeah, clutch play there. No reason to risk the jumper when you can get to the rack.
And when they really need a bucket, he's the guy that wants to deliver for them.
And Jamal Mosley has called timeout. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. So for the Magic, Robinson comes in for Goga Bitadze. And it's Franz Wagner in for Tyus Jones. Stephen Curry's checked in for Golden State. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Hi, guys. Well, Jamal Mosley was just reviewing the plan with his team. They said in the huddle, this is it. No excuses. Let's figure out a way to win. A couple of players spoke as well, firing up their teammates. A great ending could be in store, guys.
Terrific, Allie. We appreciate the report. Golden State's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Butler sinks the tough shot inside.
This is how Jimmy Butler likes to operate. He welcomes the challenge inside.
Magic have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Here's Black. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
The defense doing just enough there to affect that shot.
Curry wide open, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
And great intensity here down the stretch. He's not one to shrink in the moment.
And that is great leadership. He certainly has that clutch gene that every team needs.
Impressed with his decision-making in these sets. Isaac knows where to roll to after setting that screen. That's an excellent play call to free him up from the defense.
He is in attack mode every time up the floor, every single night.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Now, Wagner. Down low. Here's Isaac. And Isaac throws it down.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
We thought this might be the case coming in. Not a lot of defense out there right now.
And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent.
Moses Moody. Will Richard.
Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Here's Curry. Takes the three. A three-pointer is right on target. And the Warriors lead by 3.
And that's the experience of Curry there, making a difference.
Orlando, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Here's Robinson. Outside, Bain. The response triple. Answers back.
3 triples in the first half, 3 in the second. Boy, do they add up.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Now Butler. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots the three. Robinson there for the rebound. Orlando, they've gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting at even 50% from the field. Here's Black, guarded by Curry. Curry with the steal. Butler outside. Now Curry.
2 minutes remaining.
From 11, and good that time.
It's what we've come to expect over and over again. Steph Curry coming up big.
And Jamal Mosley has called timeout. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. Wagner left side. Off the glass.
This team really feeds off of one another in terms of their energy.
Yeah, there's really been an uptick in intensity. Just look at the way these guys are battling on the glass and for loose balls.
Here's Curry. The Magic getting the bucket.
And Curry is so crafty inside around the basket. You can't help but foul him sometimes.
Stephen Curry.
So the first one drops, and that gives them the lead.
And you know with Curry, what impresses me most is his efficiency. That's not something we normally see in a high-volume jump shooter.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 2-point ball game.
This team knows they can rely on him in these situations. He is so consistent at the free throw line.
Here's Carter. Oh, what an assist. Leading him to the bucket.
And the hard work pays off big time for Carter, doing whatever his team needs him to do.
Curry outside. It's stolen by Carter. And here we go with the Magic fast break. Outside, Bain. And trying for the go-ahead basket. Doesn't go in. Oh, great touch off the pass.
Such a dual threat offensively. Curry can be the finisher, or he can create like he did there.
Here's Wagner. There's 53 seconds left in the game. Suggs against Curry. 6 to shoot.
And they had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
First team foul. Your Magic. Jalen Suggs taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
Good on the first, and that narrows the gap to 1. Free throws, good from Suggs.
Well, that shows great poise from the free throw line, especially at this stage in the game.
And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game, and he wants to be prepared. The long shot, no good.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay. Remember that one, guys, a difference maker.
What a big-time shot. Those are the moments you dream about as a kid.
Now here's Curry. 24 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
First personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for 2, Franz Wagner.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so both free throws are good. It's a 4-point ball game.
Making it a 2-possession game is critical right here. Nice work coming through and doing exactly that.
Timeout called the Warriors. 20 seconds left to play in the final quarter. What do you think Coach's focus is going to be here?
Yeah, trying to get back in this thing, they need a score.
You have to be smart here. If they're successful, the foul has got to happen quickly.
Here's Green.
Yeah, game in and game out. Certain players find themselves constantly in the middle of the contact. Draymond is one of them.
At the line for the Warriors, Draymond Green. 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that narrows the lead down to just 3. And he is unable to get the second one.
If he hits all of those, they're feeling a lot more comfortable. But now, still a 1-possession game.
Your Magic, Wendell Carter. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game. And so Curry will bring it up for the Warriors. Launches it. Cleared away by Wagner. And that's an intentional foul.
Third personal foul. Fourth team foul. At the line for Orlando, Franz Wagner. Taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Gets the first, and that increases their lead to 6. And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
And you can see where they're coming from by fouling to stop the clock, but really they're just kidding themselves.
At the line for 2, Wendell Carter.
Shooting 2.
So the first one drops, and that stretches their lead to 8. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there. So the Magic win it. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. I think they built off that edge of being here and playing with a little more confidence than their opponent.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. Alongside Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and our reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, folks. But first, let's reveal our player of the game, Desmond Bane.